The mind and the senses, which seek constant enjoyment, do not want to hear about self-restraint. It seems to go completely against the idea of enjoyment. Why is self-restraint so important? Jai Gurudev. My name is Swami Aniruddha, and in this video we will see how the Hindu tradition explains this component of life. In the Padma Purana, one of the Hindu scriptures, this principle of Dharma is being explained. The law of Dharma is the underlying natural order of the universe. It is the essential nature of a living being and its means to spiritual support. Damah, or self-restraint, is one main component of a dharmic or righteous life, which promotes spiritual growth as well as a functioning society. Basically, by cultivating self-restraint, one should strive to control one's own desires and behavior. That means that we avoid excesses. Basically, don't take more than is needed. When we look at the world nowadays, it is exactly the opposite. And the lack of this attitude of self-restraint creates big gaps in society. For example, between poor and rich. According to Oxfam's data given in 2020, the world's richest 1% has twice the wealth of the rest of humanity. Well, this sounds so abstract and we can't even imagine what that means. So therefore, let us take an analogy. Imagine everyone were to sit on their wealth piled up in $100 bills. If that would be the case, most of humanity would be sitting on the floor. A middle-class person in a rich country would be sitting at the height of a chair. And now it comes. The world's two richest men would be sitting in outer space. We might dislike and maybe even complain about this inequality. But it is easy to speak about how much self-restraint others should have. It's easy to say the rich shouldn't be so greedy and should share with the needy. The real question is, how good are we at it? How good are we at self-restraint? Just imagine yourself at the all-you-can-eat buffet. Do you eat only the necessary, or will you take more than necessary? What leads to the incapability of being self-restrained? It is greed. And greed is present within everybody, in some more, in some less. Even if poor people get the chance to be rich, they might fall prey to greed. If we live according to the dharmic law, which is designed to give us liberation from the endless cycle of rebirth and suffering, we have to come to the understanding and trust that the Lord God supplies us with all that is necessary. But we have to watch out not to become greedy for excess. Greed is the opposite to restraint, and greed is unquestionably leading to suffering. So to summarize, we see that the practice of dharmic component, self-restraint, needs to be observed in every aspect of life. Because humans are by nature greedy. We should trust in the abundance of life without becoming greedy. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, O Arjuna, knowledge is veiled by desire, and desire is therefore the great enemy of the wise. Desire burns like an insatiable fire. Further he says, there are three gateways to this hell: desire, anger and greed. Therefore one should abandon them as they bring ruin to the soul. Jai Gurudev.